I've shown this rice field in previous videos, one where they harvested the rice and another one where they used a machine like a rotavator to dig up all the stubble. We're in the month of June now in the Philippines and there's been a lot of rain. The field has actually become completely flooded. It's subsided a bit now. But what the guys are doing, they've got a carabao over there and they're actually levelling the ground out so it's nice and flat, while another guy plants the seeds. It's basically just throwing the seeds onto the ground. I've actually missed the part where the carabao was levelling the ground. He's just taken the actual tool off the back of the carabao, but you can see all the ground's nice and flat now. And that's how they seed it. Just walk around the field, throwing the seeds on. Got a slight problem with the whole water situation here. Watch this. We haven't used this water supply in absolute months now. Because of the drought we've had, this has been empty. There's been no water in it, so there's no point in using it. We've been using the deep well, just getting buckets of water out of that, filling up the drums, and when it does rain, we get the water off the guttering. But now we've had loads and loads of rain, the actual tank here is filled up. So the other day we actually switched the pump on. It pushes the water up into the big silver tank up there, and then it feeds into the house like gravity fed, with obviously with the aid of this pump. But I guess because of the heat and all that we've had out here, that top connection, the actual piece that screws up and holds the O-ring and everything tight in place, that had split and the water was just gushing out. I think the O-ring was knackered as well, it shrunk with the heat. So now I'm going to have to replace all them O-ring and connections up there, and obviously the union here looks like it's leaking as well, but I'm going to fix the top one first. So I'm going to nip down the plumbing shop and get a few bits and pieces that I think I might need, and then we'll take it from there. Well, we have the connections I need.
191 tanan, ma'am.
Surprisingly, they don't have actually the pipe that goes into these connections, which is I find quite unbelievable. So we've got to try another shop for that. That's the glue. This glue, when you stick the pipe in these connections, as soon as it's in, that's it, it's stuck. Anyway, I've got to pay for this, just under 100 peso. If you don't own a printer like I don't, I used to, but not anymore, luckily, here in the Philippines, there are thousands and thousands of these computer shops, you'll call them, and they specialise in, obviously, scanning, lamination, photos, you name it. I need a document scanning today, so that's what I'm going to do. Nice and simple. I just caught a glimpse of this as I was driving by. It's actually a Ford Focus. I'm not exactly sure what year this is, as it doesn't tell you on the registration plate, but it's not in the best of condition. You'll notice the whole windscreen's tinted out apart from the eyes. That's perfectly acceptable over here, but pretty rare car for the Philippines. I wonder if that's actually left-hand drive as well. I can't, yeah it is, it's a left-hand drive. So I have seen a few Focuses since I've been over here. Not come across a Mondeo yet.
Let's go. You look so funny with that. You don't look Mexican.
Well, we've got all the plumbing materials for the actual 1 metre of pipe, 4 unions, and a can of glue, that special plumber's glue to bond all the pipes together into the unions. How much? How much? It was about 180 peso, which is actually less than £4. I thought that was a pretty good deal. Only problem is, I'm not a frigging plumber, so if this doesn't work out, don't blame me. But there's not a lot to this, just a few bits inside there like that. And there is also an O-ring in here, which I'll have to make sure is in place as well. So I have my work trousers on today. I'm just being told to be careful. The old satellite dish, nothing that even gets used anymore. Right, here we go. Well, that's our new O-ring in place. That'll all push in. I'm kind of hoping that's not going to leak again, so we shall see. I wouldn't say this is the best place to be if you're scared of heights. It's you know, the first time you come up to a height like this, you can get quite dizzy. When I first went up a ladder to do some fascia on a 2-storey house, I flipping froze when I got up there. It didn't seem that high from the ground, but when you actually get up there, flipping heck, it's like woo! By the way, see how we catch the rainwater? Comes off the roof, through the guttering, and into that pipe there, and then it runs down into the tank at the bottom, fills it up. Don't get me wrong, there's no way in hell I would drink that water. You've got to be kidding me. But with all the rain we've had lately, that tank is nearly full up. So there's plenty of water to last quite a while, just for like washing the dishes, showering, stuff like that. Nothing. No leak at all. Holy crap, I've actually done the job properly for once. Woohoo! But I have to say, let me just climb this ladder. The elbow joint, which was absolutely pissing out water, is dripping, but it's not spraying out like it was earlier. Oh, in actual fact, that water is not coming from that elbow joint, it's coming from higher up. Now it's started to rain. Turns out it is this still leaking, it's running down and running off the elbow joint down below. But earlier on, it actually did look like it was, the elbow joint was pissing out water as well, but obviously not. So I'll have another look at this, see if I can do anything with it. Yeah! Well, all I had was a spare O-ring, so I've got 2 O-rings in there now. So let's give it another shot. So far so good. At least I'm not getting showered. That's the funny thing, if I would have left it alone and not fixed it, I could have used this as an outside shower. But the good news is, with 2 O-rings, no more drips. Ooh, brilliant, no more drips whatsoever. That is good news. I know I'm not a plumber, but I actually enjoy a little bit of handiwork with pipes and stuff like that. I guess we better see if the shower works. Okay, it's been a while since I've used this. Oh my god! I wouldn't say the water pressure's great, but at least it's working. And as for the tap, oh yeah, good pressure there. While we have such lovely sea spray today. I just want to show you this, as it's been a couple weeks since the rice field was like levelled and ploughed up. You know, I showed you the guy throwing the rice into the field. It's all growing now. It almost looks like a grass football field. Well, maybe not quite. But yeah, the rice is certainly growing. Well, it's the following morning. I'm just out of bed, a bit late by the way. I laid in this morning. Hang on, I've got to put my sunglasses down. The sun rises from the east, just as it does in England. The difference here is it's a bit more intense. It's right in my face. I'm going to travel to the end of this mud track, which is really the only exit from where I'm living, to see how bad it is. That storm yesterday, that has got to be the worst storm I've seen since I've been here. I mean, I know it wasn't no hurricane or typhoon, but normally we just get heavy rain. That was heavy rain coupled with some pretty strong winds as well. So it was fun to see. I enjoy it. I enjoy it when you get a good storm here. Quite often you'll get a lot of cloud and you'll get loads and loads of sheet lightning, and it's really pretty. I love it. And then obviously the rain comes pouring down. I've never in all my days enjoyed the rain like I enjoy it over here. Back in England, I hated it when it rained. But I guess, really, when you think about it, in England it was cold and freezing. So over here, when it rains, it's warm water. That's what's so good about it. I've always wanted to shower in the rain, and now I can do it whenever it rains. So anyway, let me turn this camera around. I put a long sleeved jumper on at the moment. I don't like walking past these sugarcane fields because God only knows what insects will jump out onto you. We've drove up here with the windows open in the car, and you can get grasshoppers and all sorts jumping through the window. It's like, get out, get out. It's like panic stations. You don't know what it is. I don't like insects that bite, especially mosquitoes. In fact, if I talk about this mosquito situation, it is the one thing that I don't like. My biggest gripe over here are mosquitoes. Half the time you can't even see them. They're so tiny, almost invisible. And you can be even alert looking for them and they'll still get you. And you don't even know they've bit you until you feel the stinging sensation wherever they've got you. Look at this. Dirty. Yeah, I should think this has probably subsided a little bit now. But this is the only exit here. It's okay in the car, but if you have to walk from the house up to the highway, by the time you get to the end of this, you're kind of but there again, this is province life. This is how it is. We can't all live in the cities. mean, holy crap, I mean, I've lived in England all my life where everything is pretty much laid on a plate for you, so to speak. Running water, hot and cold, electricity, gas, you know. We take all these things for granted. Of course, if you come out to a place like this, it's can be, depends where you live obviously, but here out in the province it is different. I'm not living like a lot of Filipinos live. Many of these people will live in conditions that I'd even be horrified. I just wouldn't be able to do it. I'm too domesticated, so to speak. I need to have certain luxuries. I like to have a bed to sleep in. However, I can say I have spent a number of months in a sleeping bag, so I do know what that's like. But that was back in England. Here in the Philippines, there are a few more hazards you've got to watch out for, depending how and where you sleep and where you live. Namely the wildlife, the insect life. There are things out here that would scare you shitless if you're scared of insects. I've seen spiders out here which I would call them daddy long legs. They look bloody horrible and they even bother me, so I have to sort of like get them out of the house as quick as possible. All kinds of bugs and things I've never even seen before are crawling around out here. But it's a tropical climate. This is what you have to expect. You have to learn to adapt yourself to deal with all the little hidden treasures out here. Oh my God, you know they like using their horns out here. Well, this guy's blowing his bloody horn and there's no one here apart from me. Hang on. Hello. How's it going? Oh, you come to get some eggs? Yeah, she's down there. I'm alright, I'm just walking, doing a vlog. Yeah, you just carry on, I'll catch you up. Ken's down there. Yeah. Yes. Yeah. I'm okay. I'll get your tuk-tuk. I'll get your tuk-tuk covered in crap in my shoes. Okay. Oh, he's come to buy some balut. Let's hope he don't get bogged down. We have had a tuk-tuk bogged down here before, and it needed a number of people to push it out and get it free again. But no, I would suggest, I mean, I don't like to preach to people and I don't like to give people advice too much and say, yeah, you should do this and you shouldn't do that. I think what you should do, if anybody is thinking of coming out to the Philippines or anywhere in the world really, do your homework, and if that's your dream, go there. Just go there for a holiday. Try and get a wide variety of where you are and experience as much as you can. I know, generally speaking, most of us can only get a month off work for a holiday at the best of times. So, but I think it's worth doing. Explore the world if you can. Remember, there's a great big world out here, and there's much of it that we never get to see or experience. And I know you can see everything you want to see pretty much these days from your comfort of your own home, but it's not the same. It's really not the same as being there in person and seeing it with your own eyes. I've worked that one out. When I was on that little island in Camigan, the sandbank, I mean, I was just wowed by that. Couldn't believe I was actually there in a place that a lot of us only will ever get to see on a monitor. So when you're in these places, you can feel it all around you. Anyway, I thought I'd end the video here. I just wanted to see how bad the track was, whether I can actually get out of here today or not, because I need to go into town. This is what you need, one of these to get around in.
No more balot.
Oh, okay. He's a regular buyer of the balut. One day I'll go to his little, where he sells them. I have showed his place before, and I might eat a balut myself and put some vinegar on it and see what it tastes like. Because the balut I ate was actually, I didn't really have much on it, no seasonings or stuff. I wouldn't want to eat a balut raw. It is, oh, they don't taste bad. It's just like boring. They're not very tasty. I'll tell you something. This sugar cane, I reckon this is going to be harvested around about December time, and it was only pretty low when I first got here in January, and it's in half grown now. It's taller than me. Mind you, I'm not very tall. I'm only like 5'6" or something like that. I'm a short ass myself, but it's pretty tall. So, but yeah, as I was saying, if you got a dream to go to destinations and travel the world and see things, just remember, you've only got one life. Do what you can while you can. Don't leave it too late. Anyway, I guess I'll see you in the next video. Have a good one, everybody. Take care out there. Adios.